scheduled for 4 rounds in the lightweight division and is proudly brought to you by the Underdog Boxing Club. Les juges pour ce combat, the judges for this bout, Nicolas Esnault, Jean Lapointe, and Claude Paquette. The referee, Junior Padulo. Introducing first in the blue corner, présentant tout premièrement dans le coin bleu. He weighed in at 137 pounds. Wearing blue trunks, his professional record, 9 wins with 2 wins coming by way of knockout in 16 outings as a professional. From Mexico, Saul El Puma Mendoza. Son adversaire dans le coin rouge, his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 136.4 pounds, wearing gold, trimmed with black. Il enregistre sa fiche professionnelle, his professional record, 4 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Park X Kid, Chris Plaitis.
Search of the room, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. Good luck.
We are set to go. 4 rounds in the lightweight division. Chris Plaitis taking on Saul Mendoza. Plaitis in the yellow, trimmed with black. Mendoza in the blue, trimmed with gold. And Ariane, Chris Plaitis just getting started as a professional, but he was an extremely good amateur, was he not?
He has a really good amateur background, which is great because he has experience, really. He was a provincial champion many times, went to nationals many times too, so, and he's competing internationally and won fights internationally as well, so it's the kind of background you need, really, if you want to go far as a pro.
Early on, we've seen one of those keys for Plaitis, and seeing him in the gym, he has a very good right hook, and he landed a good counter right early on Mendoza.
Chris's combination are really fluid. Once he gets his distance, like you said earlier, he throws a lot. He started boxing at such a young age, and already he had a good technique, and you can see right away that his technique is good.
Comes from a fighting family. Of course, his brother was a pro fighter as well, Manoli Plaitis.
Yep. There you go.
Good left hand from Plaitis. An uppercut on the inside. And I'm sure after that outing in Oklahoma, when he threw so many punches but just wasn't able to get the knockout, he'd be happy to score one here tonight if he can make it happen.
The way he's boxing right now, being very patient, counterpunch, very effective. Oh,
Mendoza trapped along the ropes, and Plaitis with a good 3-punch combination. Mendoza sneaks in a little left hook of his own, but Plaitis, there you go. When he gets hit, he's going to come back with 4 or 5 of his own.
I think he has a good balance between offense and defense so far in the fight. He seems like he controls the distance. Of course, the other guy he just landed a good hook, but I feel like Chris is adjusting.
Well, for a guy that throws a lot of punches, he's not reckless about it either.
What do you mean by reckless? Sorry.
He's not overly aggressive. You're right. He's focusing on defense as well.
Yeah. Well, it's just, that first round you want to get your distance mainly, and that's what he's doing.
With a solid left hand from Plaitis.
30 seconds.
30 seconds left to go here in round 1. Lightweight action. This one actually contracted at 137 pounds.
That was nice, coming back to the head.
Well, good shots to the body, and there are those exchanges. Final 10 seconds of round 1. A good opening round for Chris Plaitis here against Saul Mendoza. some of the action from round one. Plaitis able to wrap that left hand around Mendoza's guard. This is probably the best sequence of the round for him. Good flurry along the ropes. Mendoza able to land a few punches in there just to let Plaitis know he's in a fight. We head into round two, scheduled for 4.
There you go.
Good uppercut to the body from Plaitis, catching Mendoza as he's coming in. And Ariane, fans out there have probably seen Plaitis on Fight Club Series before, but what would you say are his strengths, having seen him in the gym every single day?
Honestly, I think he's a well-rounded boxer. He's pretty good at, you know, he's good at judging the distance, throwing good combination. As I said, his technique is really good. So I think being well-rounded makes him a complete boxer, in my opinion.
Couple good shots there from Mendoza.
Yeah, I understand why Mike is asking him land your punches and then go out. You don't want to mix with a guy like that because he's a bit funny. And Chris, as I said, he's very technical. He's good at doing in and out. You don't want to mix with a guy like that, with a guy like Mendoza when you can be technical and in and out and just land your punches and go. That was two nice counters.
Good counter right hook from Plaitis.
Yeah.
And as you're saying, Ariane, the best chance for Mendoza is to get inside on Plaitis because from long range, he's not able to catch up.
Exactly. Some punches he throws like that hook that we saw in the first round, but now he's not catching him with that hook anymore because, that was really
There's
cool.
straight left from Plaitis. And of course, you see the blood flowing down the face of Mendoza from that clash of heads earlier in the round. Can't tell if it's flowing into his eye, but it's never good to be cut anywhere if you can avoid it.
That was real.
That one strays low.
That was a headbutt.
And a headbutt at the same time.
Yeah.
2 fouls in one. 45 seconds left to go here in round two.
That's good. As long as he keeps it in and out, there's no risk for headbutts. There you go. Beautiful counter.
The folks who were ringside at Chris's last fight in Oklahoma mentioned that he used a straight left hand to the body very, very well.
Mm-hmm. That's something that Mike's teaches a lot, going to the body either with hooks or straight hands and then going back to the head, and Chris does it really well. That was nice.
A good body shot from Plaitis.
Yeah.
Good variety of punches from Plaitis, and a good popping jab from Mendoza, though, at the end of that round. Some of the action from round two. This one got a little bit messy at times with a few clashes of heads. It worked out in Plaitis' benefit as Mendoza now still bleeding, but that cut seems to be a little bit under control as we head into round three.
See how that in and out works beautifully for him when he's quick on his feet.
Mendoza
That
tries
guy-
to jab his way on the inside, and that seemed
That was on
like a
purpose.
fairly intentional headbutt.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Mendoza gets a warning.
Oh my God.
Of course, clashes of heads are going to happen when you have a southpaw and an orthodox fighter in there. That would be called a slip.
Oh.
Plaitis now maybe a little bit fired up after that headbutt. Another quick counter right hook.
Giuseppe.
Ariane, what are you hearing in the corner from Mike Maffa right now?
Well, basically he's asking him to go back to his jab, the basic, keep that distance. You don't want to, like, even Mendoza realized that he can box with Chris, so he's trying to rough him up a little bit. Mike is asking for straight punches, really simple and effective. And again, not to mix with the guy.
You mentioned Mendoza's only had 2 fights in the past 2 years, so the harder you make him work in the ring, the more difficult it's going to be on a guy coming off that kind of layoff.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to see the fight going more than 4 rounds because Chris landed some really good body shots in the beginning of the fight, especially.
Plaitis able to push the pace, and there he goes with a good 3-punch combination on the inside. I know 15 seconds of round 3. There's a straight right hand for Mendoza. Plaitis kind of caught watching there, but he comes back with a couple shots of his own.
Good job.
Come to the end of round 3. Some of the action from round 3. This one got messy as well. Plaitis beating Mendoza at his own game when he gets inside. The hand speed differential so far been too much for Mendoza. The 4th and final round. Here in the lightweight division, Chris Plaitis taking on Saul Mendoza. Corey Erdman alongside Ariane Fortin here at the Casino Lac Limy in Gatineau, Quebec. Plenty of action still yet to come here on this 11-fight card. And Mendoza starting some action of his own here in the 4th.
That guy is dangerous with his head when he comes in.
Do you get the feeling that he's trying to do it on purpose? Do you feel that it's intentional?
He's not doing anything to prevent it.
Now Mendoza
Like
swinging
that,
and
like-
missing.
Sorry?
Said Mendoza swinging and missing there on the inside.
Mendoza knows that he's losing on points. He already, well, even in the 3rd round, he already started to swing. Now it's even worse.
Well, you have to give Mendoza credit. He's trying.
Oh yeah, totally. And he's still dangerous, especially because he's swinging from all sides. So Chris still gotta be careful.
Plaitis, I'm sure, knows he's ahead on the scorecards, but if he wants to win this round as well, he'll have to pick it up here in the final minute.
Mike is asking Chris to back him up a little bit, to be more physical, maybe more forward, not physical, but forward. Wants to make sure he finishes strong.
Another good uppercut, a right uppercut from Plaitis. We've seen a good variety from him. Mendoza again, just
being cocky a little bit.
Mendoza trying to pour it on here in the fourth round. A lot of times you'll see guys come in from out of town against the hometown fighter and will fold up, and Mendoza, he's dealt with a cut and he's giving it his all here in the fourth round. Final 20 seconds. An action-packed fourth round. Mendoza's actually done some good work here in the fourth. We're getting another warning from the referee as time winds out here in this fight.
That was some good action.
Mendoza thanking the crowd. A good performance from him. And a better one from Chris Plaitis. Ariane, what do you think about Chris' performance here tonight?
I think it is really good. It wasn't a surprise, this guy. And it's interesting, I think, that he started to box more, but then he adjusts, and really, when he's like couldn't box, he tried to put more of that pressure, a bit more wild, I would say. So I think it was a really good experience for Chris, and he responded really well.
We see some of that action from the fourth round. Mendoza, as you pointed out, knowing he's behind on the scorecards, the only chance he had was to try and knock Plaitis out. And if you're being generous, you might have actually scored this round for Mendoza. I probably had a 3-1 for Plaitis.
Yeah, that's what I think, 3-1 maybe. Worst case.
We await the decision here tonight. Still to come later on tonight, our main event. Giswan Maduma taking on Furman De Los Santos. Baha Laham will be in action later on as well. Lots more boxing action. A long night of fights here from Gatineau. Ring announcer Pierre Bernier has the scorecard. Well, let's get you up to the center of the ring for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 hard-fought rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Esno has it at 39-37 for Plaitis. Judge Lapointe has it 39-37, Mendoza.
Oh.
And Judge Paquette has it 38-38. We have a draw, un combat nul.
Some fairly surprising scorecards there. A draw between Chris Plaitis and Saul Mendoza. I couldn't see a scorecard in favor of Mendoza. That doesn't make sense to me.
You know, I guess you can justify it with the physical presence. Even though he was not as accurate as Chris, he was being physical. He was so I guess he can justify it like that. I didn't have it like that either. I would give 1 round to Mendoza maybe, but you know.
Well, you can't accuse them of being hometown judges anymore, so
That's a good thing, right, for boxing, at least.